Good afternoon, Blades. The summer holidays are here, and therefore I can come on and give you some of this information live from Mounty Towers. It's a different face, obviously. Clearly, Jimmy, the workaholic, cannot be kept away for too long, and I know that he's got a little window. So I'd like to welcome my first guest. You might not know who he is, but I'm sure he'll be all right if I bring him on. All right, guys, here he is. Come on, Jim. What are you saying?
Hello from sunny Spain. How are we all? Can you hear me all right?
Can
you hear me okay?
Testing
1, 2.
I'll soon
You
let
might
us
not
know.
recognise me because last time you saw me, I looked a bit like Brian Blessed, but now smooth shaven. Yeah, ready for me alls. I've just jumped off the Lilo to set this stream up, so nobody can say I'm not committed to the cause. How are we all? We've signed Louie Barry, mate.
Yeah, exciting. Well, he's not the first one today, is he? So he's the second one of the day. Mikhail Polendakov, who obviously we know all about him from his days in Bulgaria. A big player, but apparently he is the business. Apparently he's the best emerging talent, or the biggest expected future star from Bulgaria as well. So, and that's at right back. There will be some saying, and I've already seen some saying, we need a proper right back. But I think
we do need a proper right back. I'll echo that as well, actually.
Well, yeah, okay. So yeah, but we've signed this young lad. We don't know how good he is, so he might be the next Cafu for all we know. And if he is, then fair play, because Sariki, obviously, we kind of know what he brings to the table. And I think it's a big season for Sariki personally. If he dovetails with this young man, that'd be good news. But yes, and also Louie Barry, which is the headline maker, obviously, with his background, obviously being from Aston Villa. And scoring all those goals for Stockport County. A very exciting forward player. Already played under Sayers, as we know, at Hull very briefly before he picked up quite a bad injury, but he was a really exciting signing for them. In fact, there was a lot of surprise actually when he signed for Hull in the first place, because I think there was some bigger hitters in the Championship who were looking at trying to get hold of him, but Sayers managed to get him through the door there, and he's managed to get him through the door here, and I think this is extremely exciting. I think he's someone we've been tracking for a while. He's got a very high ceiling. Half a season, I think it was about 16 goals, 7 assists, something stupid like that. Was absolutely tearing up League One. Clearly way too good for the level. So it'll be really, really exciting to get him through the door. And yeah, what are you saying, Jim? Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy with it, mate. It fills a gap, doesn't it? A gap that we needed filling, because obviously last season Gus was there. He was the player of the season in the Championship, as we all know. But Gus could have been player of the season playing in goal probably. So Gus is now moving into the middle. We needed that spot filling on the left-hand side. And it's very similar to me to the Tyler Binden deal in terms of stepping up to the level for the first time. I appreciate he's had a bit of time with Hull, but very, very brief before he got an unfortunate injury. So there is always a sort of uncertainty around how this signing is going to go, but it's a very exciting young player. And a little bit like the Binden deal, it's sort of tarnished a touch by the fact that it's not able to make it permanent. And I knew I'd come on to that point, because we've gone back and forth on this, and you think, look, I want them to play out of their skin so that they become one of those players that cost us an absolute fortune, because that'll mean they've done what they needed to do for Sheffield United. And that is obviously the overriding truth. But overall, very, very happy with the deal. I think it's another player that's come in on loan for the first team. Undoubtedly, he will be our left forward going forward. Look, the big thing that we spoke about on Three Mighty Blades is that he's now got some serious competition on that left-hand side. Not necessarily Tom Cannon, but Ryan One is standing up to be counted and saying, I want to be involved in this first team. And he will be pushed now, Barry, all the way. It's not going to be a case of, yeah, just about. You see, it all fell off when I did. I've just got out of the pool, actually.
Sorry, mate. I scanned it. David Vinter giving me the laugh of the day. I was like, that's funny. I've got to think about it. Sorry, mate. I skipped a few people. We will go back. Thank you, David.
Will.
Yeah,
you will.
It does look like he's had a wash. It's great, isn't it? It's great.
I'm not sure on the. I won't be clean shaven for long. Nobody likes it, to be fair. But yeah, it's one of them, mate. It's when you're on your holidays, aren't you? You got to get it all. Get your white bits.
When you look as young as you, mate, then
no. Well, I am the youngest of the Three Mighty Blades, so I just thought, I've got to live up to that moniker eventually.
Yeah. So you've never said that before. I can't believe you just told everybody.
I'm just the nipper. That's all. That's what you do. You're getting
every 20 minutes. Just every 20 minutes. we'd literally be the same school year as well. He's a wrong one anyway. But no, obviously great to have Jim here. His holiday's going well. He's been here a day and a half, and he can't stay off the
Yeah. It's
street.
United, isn't it, mate? United.
The Blades. Well, this is it, mate, and it's not over yet because there is a decent chance today, obviously, that there might be a third signing, a hat trick of signings on a day on a match. Absolutely crazy. I say that because we've all heard about Samari. I'm sure you've watched the videos on YouTube.
You haven't watched my 10-minute transfer that I recorded with no sound on it.
No, I know. So I went onto it, and he did your usual private video. Don't work. Never mind. But Jim, on the site it says Louie Barry, we're not done yet. Is the comment next to the?
Well, didn't it mean that we're not done yet for the teaser? So the way I read it was, they've and I've only just scanned it because I've been doing a thumbnail for the last 20 minutes before we came on, but I sort of read that as they've got Polendakov, is that his name? They've got the young right back.
Mihail.
And then the Louie Barry teaser before they showed his face was the "we're not done yet." I thought that was them teasing Barry as in the next signing. So I might be wrong. I might have misread it. And look, if a third man comes in, 3 signings in one day after we've had very little to go on other than Tyler Binden, we'd be delighted, wouldn't we? But don't know much about Samari. I did a brief summary of it on a 10-minute transfer that nobody had to see. Yeah, he likes a yellow card. He's got 7 yellow cards in 23 appearances and 1 red. So definitely likes to get his foot in. I mean, we spoke about it very briefly, didn't we? Again on 3 might not have been very briefly, to be honest, because we don't do brief things, do we? But briefly, on 3MB. But interesting signing, and let's hope that he is another missing piece of the puzzle that we're after. Because with Barry and Binden, we can easily do the research on how we feel they're going to adapt. Samari, we've no idea. We've no idea because he's been playing at a different level. It's top Portuguese level, by the way. Yeah. So it's not a Mickey Mouse league. It's not Swedish 3rd division or anything like that. But it's still a jump, I would say, in terms of Championship football. It's a different way of playing. Best league to watch in the world for me. But in terms of being competitive in it, it's going to be really interesting to see how he fits in. And exciting, mate.
I know highlight videos are a little bit. It's obviously
massively misleading. Can be
massively misleading. But if he looks like a player that left-footed, athletic, very, very, very good. Very good. To me, he looks like he could be the missing piece of that midfield jigsaw.
Jared's complimenting you here, pal. So thank you, Jared, for that lovely line about Paul. Seems a lovely lad. Speaks very well. He's all right. I don't mind him. So.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Very good. Just because you've had a wash, don't have to take it. Take it personally.
Every 6 months, mate. You got to do it, haven't you?
He's had a wash. Now here we go. So we'll go through some of these. We'll start off with one of our old favourites. Not that you're old, Mark. Just you've been here a while. Happy to get Barry through the door. A little concerned about him staying. But what a talent the lad is. Thought O'Hare, Hamer and Barry in the same team. Mark, I don't know, mate. I think it's, again, we want him to pull up the trees. We want him to do well. I think I
think we're being greedy, aren't we? I'm included in this, by the way, Mark Meldrew. I would have loved him on a permanent. I would have loved the option to sign him. We spoke about this again. There's some positives that could go with not signing him. If we'd have been tied into signing Ben Brereton Diaz for 10 million quid, we wouldn't necessarily be happy about it now, but we would have been this time last season or January when we signed him. So it might not all work out sunshine and roses. And if it does, then he's done a very good job for Sheffield United. So I'm in the same boat as Mark, where I would have preferred some sort of Sheffield United favourable clause where we can get him permanently if he does well. But yeah. I think Villa hold the cards in this scenario because he was a very sought-after talent. So maybe it's a case of they will only accept a straight loan now that they know they've got so much interest.
I think he's talking about. I think Mark's concern was about him being fit because he sent this, and I couldn't figure out if he was just talking.
Right, okay, sorry.
He might be talking about you, Jim. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks. I'm no match for the housewife's favourite, but. Wait till stubble grows back in, I get a bit of colour, then at least I can update my thumbnails.
Like you said, perfect time to have a shave, mate. Get a bit of colour in them cheeks.
That's right, mate. Get your white bits sorted out.
Get yourself some sleep. Get rid of them little bags you've got. You'll be
well, that's not happening.
Well,
there you go.
Seems a lovely lad. Yeah, he's talking about you again, Jim. Greetings from Tenerife. Oh, I've been somewhere better.
Look at Jack jumping on, legend.
Where have I been that's better than that?
What?
Dad jokes all day. 11 a reef, yeah. About bloody time, a highly rated player came in. Oh, super positive, Jack. Being positive, obviously. Looking forward to seeing him. Now let's get some more and sort that bloody defence. Yeah, we don't know, do we? We don't know. Jack, we'll have to have a look at Polendakov.
It's an ironic name at this stage, at this point in it. Super positive, Jack. It used to be genuine that he was a positive man, and now it's ironic more than anything else.
Well, Jack, tell me this: if we had to start tomorrow and we had Burrows, Bindon, Armahodzic, possibly Robinson in there, and Sariki, would that be enough to start the season? Yeah, no depth, I agree. But would that be good enough for us at this stage? I think we'd be fine with that, as long as obviously they all stayed fit. But yeah, I know what you're saying, but I don't think it's quite the car crash that you've.
Our lineup now, though, mate. Our first 11 with the Barry signing, I would say is top 6 now. Our first 11, and you have to be deeper than that for a genuine top 6 challenge. But if you look at what we've obviously got Cooper in goal, Sariki and this is my team. No Robinson here. It's not, but Sariki, Anel, Bindon, and Burrows. That's your back 5 for me. Then you've got in the middle, you've got Hamer and likely Peck to start probably, and Arblaster to challenge when he comes back fit. Barry on the left, Brooks on the right in his pre-season performances, O'Hare in the 10, and then Campbell up top. That is a real strong championship lineup for me, and that's something I'm happy with in terms of the way we're going. I know we're not done; we can't be done yet. We still need some right back competition. I would like a right wing competition for Brooks. We're talking about Samari coming in centre midfield, but I think we're going well. And just because it's not happened as quickly as some of us, me included, would have liked, don't mean it's not going to happen and it's not still looking good. So
and One, just to put in there, One to challenge all 3 of those positions as well. Certainly left and right. They've all made it. They're all making it very clear, aren't they, that they're available on that right hand side if they need to be. So I think that's great. Here's the truest statement today. Jimmy, so close to looking like his dad.
Oh, if only.
Well, mate, exactly. Talk about the housewife's favourite. It's got to be ATB. Gutted it's not a loan to buy, however. Again, we'll wait and see on that one, Jack, won't we? You might get injured. It might be a dud. So we don't want to sign someone that we can't get like that. But I'm sure if we went up and he was successful, but I doubt that he'd have loads of Premier League suitors. So I think if we did manage to get promoted, if we did.
And also, it's a huge difference between Premier League and Championship, isn't it? So, we might not fancy him if we went up to the Premier. And that sounds ridiculous at the moment because obviously we have to get there, don't we? We have to get there and get job one done. But if we'd have gone up this time, would we have signed Ben Brereton Diaz? Would we have signed Alfie Gilchrist? Would we have signed Hamza Chowdhury? Probably not. Probably not, because although they did a great job for us in the Championship and helping us get out, which would have been the scenario, are they Premier League players? Do we see them as long-term investments in the Premier League? I'm not sure we do.
Yeah, maybe not. Jack thinks that Gilchrist getting back start blocking some crosses. I think he's on his way to. Is he on his way to Middlesbrough? Did I read? For
£5 million? It's Borough and a few others that are interested. I think that's a good deal. I wouldn't mind him, to be honest, particularly in a permanent and that can grow with you. Just don't look like we're going to see many domestic signings like that. In terms,
it was a really strange one, wasn't it? Because Gilchrist was part of that defence that kept all those clean sheets at the start of the season. Defensively, we knew he was solid. He got dug out at times for his attacking output, shall we say? And then sort of disappeared, came back, disappeared again. It was all very odd towards the end. I couldn't figure out why he was playing one week and not the next, because I don't think he picked up another injury. So it was a really strange sort of end to his time with us. We know he fancies himself as a centre half. There's always questions about his size, weren't there, and being aerially dominant, I guess. Gilchrist is a discussion maybe for another day, because we don't know about this Polendakov. He could be he could be anything. Apparently, he's come with a hell of a write-up as the most talented young player in Bulgaria. So, could be an absolute world beater from day one. Could be someone who ends up in the second squad, just getting some experience. I don't know, but yeah,
is it right? I'm sure I read it were a 3-year deal with 2 options for United, so potentially a 5-year deal. We obviously think very highly of him. We've broken whoever it was that we signed him from. We've broken their record in terms of, and that was something like nearly 300 grand. So we've spent some money to get him here. You wouldn't do that with an 18-year-old if you didn't think there was some player in there. So yeah, he's obviously got with high hopes for him for the future. It's just a case of, do we see it today or tomorrow? That's the thing, isn't it? Have we bought him for this season and the now, which is unlikely if we're honest, or is it for with half an eye on the next 2-3 years? So we'll see. Can only, it's another positive, isn't it? Particularly from if he's not coming in as, he's certainly not a Sariki replacement, but Sariki, don't away, please.
And she got a water bomb.
It's a water bomb.
Go on.
She's got a hole in it and she's squirting it at me. No, back in the pool, please. I'll be with you in a minute. Go. I'm on stream. Sorry about that.
Sorry, mate. Have you been injecting some of the helium? Because you're on stream.
Just have to enforce my point.
Very good. Okay, being the Blade. I think Barry would be a good signing. But if Hull nearly got him permanently, couldn't we have done it? Seem to be lone FC at the minute. Assume the right back will be under 21 Sue's replacement next, please, and you may get what you're asking for. Being again, we don't know the answer to that, so we'd be guessing if we did. Reason we didn't get him permanently, again, not sure. If there's concerns over his fitness, it may be a Sheffield United call to say that we want him on loan rather than paying the money out for him straight away. I'm sure, obviously, if he does really well for us, I'm sure we've got a chance of getting him in. Yeah, can't even have a holiday, can you, mate? No, he can't. He's been told. He won't be told anything.
I'm going. I am going. I'll be.
You don't get told nothing. You honestly.
I'm gonna leave. I'll leave in 3 minutes.
Okay,
then I'll have been on 20 minutes then, and then I can say, "Oh, we're only on 20 minutes, love. What are you on about?"
I did 20 minutes. Okay, afternoon, gents. 2 great signings in my eyes. Got to give the lads a chance instead of doubting the Hungarian. Have faith, ladies and gents. Well done, Nigel. I like that. A little bit of positivity, a bit of real there from Nigel. I like it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, we'll keep bringing that one up. I like that. I like the little face as well. It looks just like him, that little green fella. Yep. Some signing. Great first interview. Love the bit about our game versus Hull last season. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that was a car crash. I was there. We welcome back the Bulgarian Blade who'd travelled across Europe to watch that load of rubbish at our place last year.
I've only briefly listened, but didn't he say something like, I spoke to Sayers before the Sheffield United match, and he told me exactly what was going to happen in the game, and it played out exactly like he said. So that had a big say in him joining Hull. So right. I don't know whether I've heard that right, because we're on it background while I was doing my thumbnail, but
crystal ball was out, was it?
Yeah, nice.
You outside prison? He is not outside prison.
Yeah, I've broken out just to do this. Yeah,
he's in paradise. The way I read it was we already signed a right back, and Barry was the teaser for it.
I did too, Jack. That's how I read it too.
Yeah, read it how you want. We don't know, do we? No one knows. That's the mystery of Ruben, mate. No one really knows.
That's right.
Are we still in for the Avenger? Okay. Don't know what that means.
The Avenger? No, there must be a name for that. There must be a...
you need the players in. Will be harder to go up next season. Yeah, maybe so. It'll be harder to stay up as well, Leeds. Looking cool and smooth, Jimmy.
Thank you, Ray.
Cool and smooth, Jimmy. Oh, yeah.
That'll do. Okay. That'll do. Steve, Ray. Top man, Ray.
Excited about us signing. Okay.
This signing.
And possible another coming in. The future is bright. The future is red and white. See, Raymond can read between the lines and can see what might be coming down the road. Absolutely buzzing. 2 signings in one day. I haven't seen this since the transfer deadline. Beast Boy, we're with you, mate. We are very excited. Let's be positive, Blades. Are we allowed? I think we are. Seems a bit of Polendakov's highlights. He loves a REIT challenge. That lad can't wait for him to get stuck in. Exactly, yeah. He's supposed to be a bit of a destroyer at right back. Great with the assists as well. His numbers are really, really, really strong for a right back. A modern fullback, I think he's described as. Someone who can get forward, cross the ball, join in attacks, overlap, underlap, all the things that you want from a dynamic right back.
I am being beckoned, mate. So I'm going to say thank you for jumping on. The Man Mountain is holding the fort while we are gone. So thank you for having me on your show on The View from the Mountain. It's a pleasure to be here. This is the first full day of my holiday, and we've signed 2 players. So if it means me staying in Spain so United can get more through the door, I'm willing to do that. So you may see more of us over the next few days. I thought it was just going to be stuff that we'd already done, and then the Man Mountain coming on and doing a few bits without me. But for new signings, I can't not have my 2 penneth as well. So thank you for having me on, mate. I am going to...
who's that with you, Paul? David says, David Morwood. I said, it's Costa del Jim.
It's Tom Cruise.
That's Tom what we'll call him. Tom Cruise, eh? Tom Booze. Tom No Booze.
Tom Booze Cruise.
Tom No Booze. Tom Booze Cruise. That's it. That's the one. You've got it. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Right. See you in a bit, Jim.
Yeah, I wish. Right. See you all later. Love you all. Up the blades. Up the blades. See you in a bit.
Take care. Okay. And you can get rid of yourself. And the Ramble in the capable hands of the Man Mountain. Looking forward to more while Jimmy is away. He's not away, is he, mate? He'll never be away. He'll be probably on the next one. If I put some in it now, Raymondo. Yeah, and he'll be watching this all back minute by minute, no diggity, no doubt. Here he is again. Look, can't leave. He's here still. 10 million for Cannon looks shocking business now. Definitely was a panic buy. Don't know yet, mate. Well, we shall see. Come again at the end of the season. See how we go. See what we're saying then, and then he'll have had a chance then by then, won't he? Afternoon, guys. Hope Spain is good and a bit short on the sides of that trim, Jim. Yeah, he likes it. He likes it close at the sides now. Especially, I'm in the same boat with these silvers smashing their way through and taking over. So yeah, we have to get rid of him somehow. Really happy with Barry and hope the Bulgarian is half decent. Yeah, a few more and we're still light, but sorted till Jan. Certainly, yeah. We'll wait and see on the Bulgarian, won't we, guys? We'll see whether he'll get looked at in training. No doubt they've done the research on him. He's a left field signing, exciting signing because for me, just because he's the sort of signing that you can poach from under the big giants of Europe and potentially uncover yourself a wee diamond, which you wouldn't get from League One. Just for your info. Can't wait for today's friendly as well. Lukaku and Caceres are both going to grab a goal. Yeah, we liked Lukaku in the last one on that right wing. Louie Marsh threading through some lovely balls inside the fullback. No one's getting anywhere near him. Pace to burn. Caceres with that really nice ball through for Ty Campbell, who finished it with aplomb. This stuff about it, a purple patch. Ty Campbell's a finisher. And I'm going to stick with that. I still think he'll be our top scorer of the season. Good to see him. I think they grew from the first game into the second, and we'll see what happens tonight. You know, I agree with some of the Ramblers who've said that they want to see more of a stronger team, potentially up in the minutes, maybe to an hour for your strongest team tonight. That would be useful. Get those combinations working. I think we've got an extra friendly in the calendar against Al Hilal. Is that I think it's Al Hilal. It's Cristiano Ronaldo's side. So I think we've got an exciting friendly against those guys added in as well. But yeah, I'd love to see some more of the stronger team out tonight to get that chemistry going. It would definitely be enough at the start. I'm just pushing my luck. Jack, you're all right with us, mate. We love having your comments on, pal. Cooper Hamer will be gone before season starts. Thank you very much. Love having Leeds fans here. They've just made a signing, so you can concentrate on your new signings. And we'll concentrate on ours. Special thanks to Lee Edridge for helping me get to Burton. Jamie Dumpling giving out the thank yous. Very good, Jamie. Yeah, Lee's a top man. I'm sure he'll help you anytime he can. Glad to see you safe there, Jimmy. Yeah, he's safe as houses. Sat there eating his buffet breakfasts and lounging around with his kids, chucking water balloons. Delightful. Loan Gerbich out to the pigs for free. Jimmy likes him as a second keeper. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But I'm sure Sayers will be making his assessments of them two spare keepers. It could be that neither of them start as number 2. You just never know. Where are they going? I don't know. Waiting for the tweet. One more Blades. Yeah, maybe. We'll just wait and see. From Ruben Selles, eh? Yeah, I think that's probably not. But anyway, Bulgarian Blade here on a different account. Never thought my flag would come into its own like it has. Hope you're both good. Hope you're both good lads. Okay, yeah, we are good lads. Can't wait for the season to start now. It's going to be epic. Yeah, indeed, Claire. Brilliant. Hopefully see you down at the lane again this season. Polendakov was announced as one for the future. Yeah, we don't know, do we? We'll see. We'll wait and see. No expectation at this point. He's a very young player. Could break into the team. We'll never know. He might be the next Kieffer. I keep saying that now. I'm building him up. I'd have gone for Gilchrist, maybe 5 minutes a touch steep, but I highly rated him. I did rate him, Bill. I did, going that way. It's rare to find a right back that can defend nowadays. Is unfortunately the way it is. It's just going the other way, isn't it? I think Sayers wants people who can bomb on and overload in the wide areas. Gilchrist's final output was something that he definitely needed to work on. Maybe he thinks it's easy to work on players that are naturally that good going forward and teach them how to defend, which is a bit easier, I guess, in terms of you can coach people into being good at stuff like that. Whereas the final ball, the dribbling, the guile, if you want, in the final third might be harder to coach, maybe impossible to coach. Certainly much, if you've got it, you got it. Maybe you haven't. If you haven't, wonder if they'll play tonight. Indeed, Jamie, I doubt it, but I'd love to see it. Polendakov had a trial at Red Bull Salzburg last Jan, apparently. If that means anything, well, they didn't take him, did they? So yeah, they're obviously a high point team there. I think are they Champions League Salzburg, or are they someone can tell me, or whether they're Europa or Europa Conference. I think right now the squad is ready to go. There you go, Jack. That's what I'm saying. It also depends how the players adapt to the style. It looks like they're adapting fairly well at the minute, in my eyes. But again, yeah, like you say, Jack, we'll know when the real tests come. Spent 150k on Peck. Bought us one for the future. That's right. Worth about, what do we say, 100 times that potentially now at 15 mil, possibly. So yeah, this is where your value comes, picking up young players, spotting the potential, and then either keeping them or selling them. Probably keep them for half a season, knowing us, and then get rid. I can't understand why we haven't signed him on a perm recently, back from injury. Yeah, there's a little bit of a. Yeah, we don't know about the dynamic of that deal. We don't know whether Hull had an agreement for a perm. It was paper talk, so we're not too sure. But yeah, taking him on loan, sort of. Yeah, we might end up paying through the nose for him at the end of it if he has a really good year. But if he does have a good year, then we're still winning. So yeah, let's not worry too much about it. Looking forward to being entertained this season, seeing these new lads up the Ramble. Enjoy your break, Jimmy. Yeah, he'll try to. He'll enjoy his break, but yeah, obviously exciting day today at Bramall Lane with the announcement of these signings, with the eye on maybe one more, certainly the next day or two. Reckon we'll see either of them tonight. I couldn't tell you. I'd love it, because there shouldn't be any barriers as there would be in the league, where they have to be registered within a certain time. I would not imagine, because you can actually play trialists who aren't even in contract in friendlies, can't you? So it could well be a good chance for us to get a look at him, and good chance for them to meet the squad, etc. So yeah, I'd like to see it. It's more likely than if they'd signed on the day of a league game, that's for sure. Maybe we lack a bit of depth at right back, and he's been with the squad longer. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I don't know, mate. We'll wait and see tonight, won't we? Quite exciting, really. Pigs fans on Alan Biggs' Barry tweet are despairing about the signing, by the way, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, they probably know as much as we do. But yeah, Louie Barry's going to be a good one for us, I think, Bill. Mark Hill, Peck also had 3 years of under-21s football to develop. Might be great, but probably not for this season, is the point. Yeah, maybe. Again, we're guessing, aren't we? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see what his role is, whether he gets in some match day squads early on, or might even see him start. Might tear it up in the pre-season, impress the manager who's bought him here, and then be the new right back. You never know. I'm quietly confident this season going to be good. Made some signings no one's heard of, but teams like Brighton and Brentford have done this, and look where they are. Barry a Brill signing. Yeah, he's more of a known quantity, isn't he, Barry, to us than some of the others. So people are naturally quite excited because of his numbers. He's torn up the league below, so he's clearly too good for that level. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Didn't expect to see Jimmy Me too, June. But he was setting it up, and he just says I can go on if I wasn't available, but I am available as I'm on my summer holidays. You leave us for 5 minutes, and they sign players. I know. The club got in touch and said, "Man Mountain, are you available to come on the stream? We'll get the players signed." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come on, no problem." So yeah, I'm just joking. No, it's ironic in it that he disappears next day, and here they all are. The Avenger Ant-Man, the foreign bloke who's a winger. Yes, he is. He looks like a really sought after player. But yeah, we'll have to wait. Again, is a bit of an unknown quantity to us, but someone with good numbers, with a lot of potential, spoken of very highly in Europe. Looking sharp. Yeah, he'll like that when he watches this back. Ryan and Barry on the left wing. That's solid. Yep. Agree. I think Oni's going to be. This could be his breakthrough season. We're hopeful. Three goals in what is effectively 90 minutes for him in pre-season. Spells he means business this year, which is great, isn't it? For me, keeping Hamer for up and coming season would be the best bit of business we would do. I can see him staying or would have gone by now. Austin seems not pushing for a move, so obviously he's happy at the lane. Again, Danny, but what goes on behind closed doors? I'm very hopeful, like you, that he's going to be part of this team because I think he makes such a big difference to the whole picture. Really, I'm hopeful, like you. But again, what goes on behind closed doors goes on behind closed doors. Okay, Jimmy's got a better connection in Spain than he has at home. No, I think Nigel's he's sorted at home now. He's sussed it out and got his. It's all wired in now, so I think he's quite good. I think it's me and Dave that've got to try and do a bit better with our providers. I saw in the last one someone commented that EERBT. I know that because I had to, but you still have to switch it over to them, and it's been a bit of a nightmare ever since. Al Nasser, don't think I can do Ramble on the Road for it, sadly. Yeah, it's a long way in it, mate. I'm not sure where that's being played. Jamie, do you know where that's being played? It'd be great to stick that in the comments. Yeah, I get the feeling it's abroad, but I didn't have time to look. If you cared, you care. Yeah, that's right, Jamie. A bit of dedication to the cause, Jamie. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When we're sat at home and you're on the road at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's still not enough, is it, mate? Book the plane tickets. Where's the game being played, Jamie? Salzburg on the Serum pre-season. Is it Salzburg? Okay, might be. I do worry for Cannon in this time, especially with Barry and Ryan being strong. It's competition, Jack. You were speaking before about depth. Certainly, Cannon gives us a bit of depth, doesn't he? Not somewhat. I wouldn't be fearful if Ty had a couple of weeks out, which he has sort of been having every season since he started, really. If Cannon was the replacement, for Cannon, I just think he needs a few goals, and then he'll be up and running in a Blade shirt. The pace we have is frightening. Philip, I'm with you. I like it, mate. We've been crying out for pace at the lane for a long time, especially in those advanced positions, and I feel like we've got it all of a sudden. So yeah, I'm with you, Phil. Really good point. Exactly. My point is he's not ready now. Mark, we don't know, but might tear it up in the future. Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's a signing with the future in mind, but also we have no idea. He could easily come in and command a place. It happens. And I think Ruben's quite open to the idea of playing guys who are like that. He Binden down at Reading, I think he would have been a teenager there. And now all of a sudden he's 20 and he's going to be a first team player for us. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I just think signing Barry settles the nerves a little bit. Shows some intent from the club. Yeah, it will do. Be costing us some money in a loan fee, but also in some decent wages as well. Premier League wages. Yes, he's a fringe player in the Premier League or a youth player in the Premier League, but he's still going to be on decent money, and it shows that we are serious about going for this promotion. Getting the lad from the Portuguese league would be a big piece in the jigsaw now, post Vinny leaving. I agree. This is the one, another one that I'm really, really excited about. Samari, to me, looks like he could be a really strong player at this level. So yeah, I'm excited. What I've been seeing of him, he plays a bit like Patrick Vieira. If he's off as good as we'll have a player. Yeah, you're guilty there, aren't you, Phil, of doing what I do when I compared One's goal to one that R9 scored years ago. But yeah, be ready to get rinsed, Phil. But I'm kind of with you, mate. What I saw of him, he looked very composed on the ball, breaking up play, quite disciplined in his positioning. Certainly can play the passes through the thirds as well. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing how good he could be. I'm still watching. just from my Sun Lounger. Okay, Jim. Right, stop rubbing it in, mate. Your popularity may wane. Jokes. Don't get sunburnt, Jimmy. Us gingers tend to get burnt quite easily. Us gingers? Yeah, that's you and Jim. Nice. Lovely job. Well done, Danny boy. Ginger Jim is enjoying it. Keep the sunblock on, Ginger Jim. And you factor 3,000. Right, they have sun lounges in Bognor Regis. He's not in Bognor, mate. He's been on the plane. He's Viva España. He might even have himself a Cruz Campo. 0%. Would rather have Cannon as Campbell back up and have him play left wing anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, me too. I think he's a striker. Cannon will come good. If anybody can. Nah, I won't say it. I'd like to see one half with Cannon as the forward, not Moore. Ooh, he scored that header, didn't he, the other night? There is a few. I think there was some chat about Moore. Would you get rid of Moore if you? What was put in the chat earlier? There's something about Moore. Or would you sell Oni? So get loads of money for Oni, or would you sell Moore, keep Oni? I think from a playing point of view, the excitement comes in Oni, doesn't it? Because Kieffer Moore's on the other end of his career, but he is slightly more proven. And I think the comment was that he may be better for the here and now as Oni's still developing. But for future, obviously, Oni's somebody that we don't know how big his ceiling is. I think it's quite big, potentially. I think Cannon will have a good season, if I'm honest. Seems Selles has broke his shackles off, which Wilder put on him, especially with the hype and pressure. Seems like his brain's engaged for the season. He's certainly making a point, isn't he, Danny? I think he's throwing his hat into the ring. There's a new manager. He came with a lot of fanfare, Oni. He showed glimpses. Again, you get that inconsistency with young players, but yes, certainly Ryan Oni is definitely one to watch this year. I'm fully with you. Samari's in Sheffield, isn't he? He very well could be. Is the whisper in the ITK arena. Right. Is Louie Barry a good signing? Yes, with 3 S's. So, yes, whatever your name is, J619, whatever. It is 3 S's. Barry was well on course for League One Golden Boot before he went back to Villa / Hull. Yeah, so went to Hull, then back to Villa with his injury. He got 15 goals in half a season. New kit looking prem. Okay, up the Blades at the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Cheers, fella. Or Mrs. or whatever. Read this morning that a few teams are sniffing and waiting to see whether Moore becomes available. Yes, I did hear that might be a thing. Let us know how you feel about that, Blades. I think Kieffer's had his moments. He was signed as kind of a safe pair of hands, wasn't he, in this division? And when we did cross the ball the other night, Harrison Burrows floated in a lovely ball, got on the end of it, really good header. With the numbers that we now have in attack, could you see Oni leapfrogging him into that third position as the striker? Oni on the left, Oni on the right. Cannon and Oni making it clear they can play anywhere across the 3. Louie Barry's involved. Brooks looks like he's back, fit, firing, and good to go. So, yeah, really, really exciting for Blades fans at the minute. Again, 2 signings today confirmed. I just want to... Mihail Polendakov, a young Bulgarian right-back, arguably one of the hottest properties in Bulgarian football. And Louie Barry, obviously, from Aston Villa, signed on loan till the end of the season, liking the fact it's all the way to the end of the season, which a lot of them are at the minute. But yeah, Louie Barry looks like he could be someone that's good, knows Selles, and yeah, we're quite excited. Samari is the one that really would finish off a great day for the Blades, and obviously a spanking win tonight. Guys, don't get too worried if we don't win 5 or 6 tonight, but who'd bet against it, looking at the current form of the team. I do feel for Kieffer, if I'm honest. Good player, but can't see him fitting in, and Selles isn't going to jump hopeful balls into the box. I think I don't know. I think Selles' style is not just quick transition as well. I think there's an emphasis to get the ball in the box and play a bit quicker, really. I think that's, and we said the merits of that were that it doesn't give defenders a great amount of time to set themselves. Okay, I think strikers are... it's much harder for a striker to get on the end of something if the defence have managed to get themselves into the formation and get their men picked up and get their positioning right. trying to catch them on the hop, I think, is what says his whole thing is. There's usually space when you move the ball quicker. And again, that positioning is harder to do when you haven't got much time to think about it. And it gives that element of surprise to the striker when you're playing in wide areas and then finally you cross the ball. I think it's going to be much harder to score with certainly against decent defenders. If you have Kieffer against Cardiff, he'd be starting, but he's so inconsistent. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. Yeah, he was a world beater that game. He scored an absolute belter. Like the technique on him, taking the ball on his chest onto his left foot, fired it in the top corner. Amazing goal. But yeah, how much have we seen of that from Kieffer? Again, had his moments, but not been consistent for us. He's still got a place at the club. He came into his own at the end of last season. He sort of facilitated a method of playing that really was the method to beat Bristol, wasn't it? Playing up quickly to the 2 plus the extra one who was Brewster. It really did pay off tactically in that game. And does he offer us that tactical flexibility? Is that a good reason to keep him? Because he'll be on decent wedge as a proven entity at the level. So hard to say, really. Yeah, and obviously if he gets halfway through and he had a lot of game time, he strikes me as the sort of player that needs to be playing. He's not someone who's going to sit around on the bench. I don't think that's at his time of his career. I don't think that's what players his age needs. And certainly his size, he needs match sharpness, doesn't he? Because he's not going to be the sharpest, mainly because of his size, Matthew. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll be happy to be primary rotation backup player. Yeah, I think he knows his role. He certainly would have thought that when Ty Campbell, our number one striker, is in situ as our main striker, and then we've bought Cannon for 10 million. I think he probably got the message there, and then that he might end up being in that rotation. But again, he does offer us something a little bit different to the others. So yeah, it could still be a good asset for us at times. Got a great assist in the final as well. Don't start, Harry. Crikey. I still can't figure out what he was doing. But anyway, have we stopped conversations with Brewster now over a deal? I think the truth is with Brewster, he's been offered a deal quite a long time ago. I would imagine it is nowhere near the level that his current deal or his deal at the time with Sheffield United, which would be a big deal because he signed for over 20 million quid. So I think he was one of the best paid players at the club. He wouldn't be getting offered that based on his performance for the last 4 years. I'm sure they tried to not lowball him, but give him something that reflected his role within the team, which is certainly rotation. At that stage, and then if he's got other teams who see value in offering him a couple of million to sign on, I doubt that Sheffield United are going to be interested in trying to spend some more money on giving Brewster some big bonus, because basically he's been getting overpaid for 4 years, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that ship may have sailed, Harry, to be frank. Anyone know where Brewster is? I think his agent's busier than he is. Hopefully he's keeping himself fit, but I think if he's not on contract with the club and we're not looking like we're going to sign him, then I'd imagine he won't be training with the club either, and he'll be with his own devices. There'll be clubs sniffing around because he may represent something that they will take a risk with. I think Wrexham were being spoke of recently as well. I think they were looking at trying to get him in, offering him a big sign-on fee and giving him something probably similar in wages to what he was on at Sheffield United. But that's the big headline news, guys, today. Louie Barry, obviously a big signing for the club on loan from Aston Villa, attacking winger. We think he'll play on the left. I'm sure he could probably play on the right, as left-footed players tend to want to do. Polendakov is a right back, signed from Bulgaria, hot young prospect. Don't know whether he'll impact the first team. Be interesting to see whether he gets on there tonight, which I'm sure we'll be tuning in. The Lionesses are on at the same time as well, so keeping an eye on both games. 2 eyes in either one eye in either direction. And then Samari potentially, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get our hat trick today, and he might sign today. Certainly this week, we are hopeful that he will be through the door, and maybe that Jimmy goes, "Come on, Mr. Mountain, get on again." But good to touch base with some of the Ramblers just to hear and harness some of the excitement around the club at the moment. Keep it Ramble, people. He's absolutely right. Keep it Ramble, everybody. We will be back, hopefully, with the next one in the next day or two. A view from the mountain on Thursday night with my special guest, if you are a fan of the intro music to the Ramble, the soundtrack to the Ramble, we may have a very special guest from Matilda Shakes with us on Thursday. So please tune in to the View from the Mountain on Thursday. I'll love and leave you guys. Keep it Blades, keep it Ramble, up the mighty.